when we look at this text in Exodus chapter 5, verse 2, you could get angry upon just reading it on the surface. But Pharaoh has a valid question when he asks, who is the Lord? There's a man who has an army, thousands of men under his control. The largest and most powerful nation in the world of that time. And in his heart and in his mind, he felt like he had attained his place of status in his own power and with his own might. If you remember correctly through reading your Bible, no one in the world knew who God was. It wasn't until God called Abraham out of Ur that God began to reveal himself to the world. But he does not reveal himself to the world all at one time. He reveals himself to one man, Abraham. Just stick with me, I'm going to make it nice and easy. He reveals himself to Abraham and tells Abraham, listen, through you and through your seed, I'm going to bless the whole world. What was he talking about? I know that theologically he was talking about the fact that Jesus would come through the bloodline of Abraham. But on the natural standpoint, he was saying that through your seed and through the people of Israel, I was going to prove to the whole world who is the real God.
All right, all right.
And so here at this point in time in the text, when Moses comes on the scene, the world has not yet got to know God for themselves. The only people that knew God at this point was Israel, the sons of Abraham, the sons of Jacob, the 12 boys and their families. And so then the Lord tells Moses, listen, you're going to go to Pharaoh and you're going to go and tell him to let my people go. But first you got to go to Israel and tell them that I showed up and talked to you. He said, who do I tell them that sent me? He said, listen, I know they don't know me that well, but just let them know that I am has sent you to do what I'm calling you to do. And so here Moses goes to Pharaoh and says, listen, thus saith the Lord. See, hindsight is 20/20. It's 20/20 to us because we know who the Lord is when we begin to read this text. But if we were in the place of Pharaoh, where we had never heard of the Lord, we would have responded the same way that Pharaoh responded. Who is the Lord that I should obey his voice? I've never heard his voice. I've never seen him at any time. As a matter of fact, I'm about to jump on you, coming up in my face, talking about let my people.